Good morning, wrestling fans. Today is May 3rd, 2023. It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. I'm Lance Brock, and it's time to preview tonight's AEW Dynamite on TBS, which will be followed by a new episode of AEW All Access tonight, also on TBS. Like I said at the top of the podcast, we are going to recap tonight's AEW Dynamite. Tonight, Dynamite will be live from Baltimore at the CFG Arena and will feature the Four Pillars tag team match, Sammy Guevara and the AEW World Champion MJF teaming against Darby Allin and Jungle Boy Jack Perry. The stipulation for this match tonight: if Guevara and MJF win, then the main event for Double or Nothing will remain a singles match for the AEW World Championship between those two. But if Darby and Jungle Boy defeat them, and then the main event for Double or Nothing will become a Four Pillars four-way match for the AEW World Championship. MJF defending against Sammy Guevara, Jungle Boy Jack Perry, and Darby Allin, which I would say is probably most likely to happen coming up at Double or Nothing. I expect tonight they will probably have Sammy Guevara be the one taking the pin tonight rather than MJF losing in this one. Also, the Elite will address the Blackpool Combat Club's latest attack with the screwdriver. As we found out earlier this week, that next week, Dynamite here in Detroit, Michigan, that we will see Jon Moxley taking on Kenny Omega in a steel cage match. And also Orange Cassidy, Adam Cole, Bandito, and a newcomer to AEW made his debut last week, Roderick Strong, take on the Jericho Appreciation Society in a 8-man tag team match. Also, there will be a trios battle royal on Tres de Mayo. I probably said that wrong. On May 3rd here tonight. And Saraya will go one-on-one with Willow Nightingale. And Absolute Ricky Starks is set to deal with Juice Robinson from Bullet Club Gold. And more tonight on AEW Dynamite on TBS. Hopefully, I hope to have an episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic recapping Dynamite tonight, and also the newest episode of AEW All Access. I want to say there might only be a couple episodes left of this first run of the series. I understand the ratings are really that great, but I hope it does get renewed for another season. As I talked about on Wrestling Fanatic, I am a fan of the show. I enjoy it anyway. And maybe if Punk does come back to AEW, like all the news and rumors are saying on the internet, we will have to see, because if they do a second season of All Access, then they can showcase this backstage drama, and maybe they'll even address the all-out incident for once. So far on All Access, they've kind of danced around the subject a little bit. I haven't actually mentioned it. They did kind of talk about how the Elite was off of AEW television for a while, and then when they returned at Full Gear, but they didn't actually mention what happened with CM Punk after the press conference, or media scrum, I should say. And it'd be interesting, I think, if they do address that, that'll probably get more people to watch All Access to see what is said. So hopefully, new episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic tonight, on this Wednesday night, right after Dynamite and All Access. And once again, let me know in the comment section right here on Spreaker or wherever you are listening to, if they have a comment section, what you thought about the WWE draft now that it has concluded. Night 1 last Friday night on SmackDown, and then this past Monday it finished up on Raw. Let me know what you think of it, or which picks were you most happy about, which picks were you upset about, or are you just not a fan of the draft period, and you think they should just get rid of the brand split altogether. Also, now that we know Raw will have this new World Heavyweight Championship that will be decided at Night of Champions, May 27th. The favorite, who I understand now, is Cody Rhodes. That definitely would not be surprising to me if they do put this new world title on him, since they did not have him defeat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Okay, they didn't want him to beat Roman for the world title, but they do want to have him as the world champion, so they could put the new title on him and have him be the face of Monday Night Raw. Who knows? They haven't announced anything just yet of how this new title is going to be decided, what kind of tournament, or when it's going to start. If it's going to start on Raw leading into Night of Champions, or if it's going to be a one-night tournament. Could find out next Monday after Backlash. And depending on the result, well, maybe if it goes either way, we could see a rematch between Brock and Cody for the new championship. Of course, Triple H announced on Raw Monday that Brock Lesnar is a free agent, can appear on any show he wants. So there is a chance for the first feud for the new World Heavyweight Championship. We could see Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar, and whoever wins the first match at Backlash this Saturday, the other one could possibly win the title, and then that could set up for a third match in the series, the rubber match. But I could be getting too ahead of myself doing a little bit of fantasy booking, playing armchair booker, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens this Saturday at Backlash, and then what they announce, what kind of tournament or whatever they're going to do to crown this new Raw World Heavyweight Champion. So that's all for this Wednesday morning episode of GMWF. Hope everyone is having a good morning. Have a great Wednesday. Hope everyone enjoys AEW Dynamite tonight, AEW All Access. Hope to talk to you tonight from 360 Wrestling Fanatic. But I will be talking to you tomorrow for the Thursday morning episode of GMWF. Until then, keep watching pro wrestling, everyone.